Welcome to another episode of The Adventures of Danny and Mike, wherein the fellas discuss army helmets, dumpster Bok-Choy, and polterghosts. Now play the music, booby. Is it pilling?
Is it pilling?
This is so fucking this is nice. It's taut.
It's like
it's
like his son's uncircumcised penis.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
We'll cut it off.
No, you won't.
Why?
Unless he says a
little 99% alcohol?
Let him decide.
Yeah.
I'm going to let him decide.
His body,
do you want
his
a snuffleupagus forever, or do you want to look like daddy?
That's not a... Don't give those options.
That's the same... Those are the same choices I'm going to offer G.
Yeah?
Is he uncircumcised too?
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
I didn't know that. You boys? Look at you boys.
Snuffleupagus
What about you? What about you?
He's nipped.
I'm nipped, bro.
Nipped.
Just like you guys.
Growing up in Lynchburg.
That's just how we did it back in the
wasn't much to
80s,
do but
90s.
to
So
get,
everybody
but to
did
get
it back
circumcised.
then. Now it's just for religious reasons, or
I don't know. I think
it?
a lot of people born outside of major, areas.
No, I'm saying the U.S. did it,
Oh, okay.
and that's really it. And the U.K. does it a little bit.
You notice that, like, when you see graffiti in the U.S. of like a penis, it's usually of a circumcised penis.
Definitely.
It'd be tough.
Always.
But how do you draw that?
It'd be tough to tell.
Always German helmet style.
I don't know how.
Yeah,
100%. 100%. That's the classic penis. Let me tell you guys about drawing penises. I know a thing or two about drawing a penis here.
We're gonna erase all this and start over.
No, instead of that, why don't we do this? Welcome to the Adventures of Danny and Mike. To my right, Mr. Michael C. Morona.
I refuse to participate in this.
But you're on audio.
And to his
That's
right,
recorded.
Mr. Danny Tamborelli.
Talking about penises, and there's no way around it now.
German caps, I guess, is what you were calling it.
I said it. I said it was a German.
And my name's Jeremy. Thank you all so much for tuning in.
My name's German Helmet Jeremy.
Germ helmet?
GHJ.
No, it's not going to stick at all.
WGHJ, Jeremy's radio station.
Yeah, my new radio station. Spin-off of Wort. I did want to give you a little shout-out to somebody who had a birthday recently.
Me?
Danny Tamborelli.
Not Danny Tamborelli, but G.
Oh,
happy birthday to your son. Hopefully the festivities were very nice.
Oh yeah,
and
I told him Jeremy said happy birthday.
Oh, good.
And
You said, why didn't Danny Timberwelly?
we went apple picking, which was a lot of fun.
Oh, that's awesome.
I don't know if you guys are familiar with apple picking, but
It's expensive now. Those bags are they're charging you $30 a bag to grab apples.
here's a tip for all you thrifty people out there.
Okay.
Bring your own bag.
BYOB.
And you know that place where you can hide your spare tire?
Mm-hmm.
Take the spare tire out
Mm-hmm.
and put the apples in there. Then close that place again. They never look in there.
Wait,
And you are headed home.
but they check that place checks apples after you've gone back to your car?
Yeah. You drive out.
And they're like, let me see your bag, sir. That'll be $30, please.
They give you the bags. You fill them up. They charge you by the bag. I don't even know if it has to be full. But like I said, if you secret them in your storage.
Sir, the back of your car looks like it's dragging much more than it was when you came in here. Why is that? And then there's some sort of a juice leaking out of it?
That'd be great if they had like a vehicle scale off to the side. But
Smells like Cortland apples to me.
Yeah.
Pull over, sir.
Oh, it's not. We're not that far upstate. It was Dutchess County. We made a surgical strike on a Sunday morning to go apple picking, and G slept on the way. Had a great time. He calls it the birthday farm.
Nice.
Slept on the way back. It rained for about 15 seconds. Blew out candles. Found the lighter in my pocket later. Ate a burger. Saw some chickens. Picked some mutsus.
What's that?
Mutsu. It's an apple. Evercrisp.
Mm-hmm.
Macintosh.
Okay. Classic.
The pink ladies weren't ready, and I was mad.
Red Delish.
Those
Red
are
Delish.
those are probably my favorite.
We got some Esopus Spitzenberg.
You're
God,
just
you're
making up names at this point.
yeah.
No, there are millions
know.
of apple
There are.
varieties. But
There are.
if you want me to start making some up, we had a great.
Rasenbergs.
No, we picked some. We picked some.
Eisenbergs.
No, we picked some Grippos, and we also got some Rheingeists and some 40 Tafts, and also some Taft goodies.
You getting beef apples?
There were there's like an apple with spaghetti underneath. We had a good time. He was in the hiking backpack, and I think it's going to be the last year of that.
Because you're getting too big for
My
it?
35-pound boy. This is not like a light boy anymore. He's 3 years old, 35 pounds, 12 pounds a year. I'm going to be a millionaire very soon if they keep selling boys at that weight.
Look, if the Ground Round was still doing their pay what you weigh, you'd be a real cheap date. Like the Ground Round.
That was the first place I went in deep on the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles video game where you had to pick. I was third from the left, Raphael.
Oh man.
And what do you call it? Donatello, you jammed all the way in the corner. It's kind of tough
It's hard.
to play.
It's a hard angle.
So I definitely dropped dollars of per diem into the coin slots at the Ground Round in Evanston, Illinois, in 1990, working on Home Alone and sharpening my my size skills.
That free money per diem, man.
It just like it.
Just appears.
Yeah, when I get per diem, I'm just like, oh, it is free money.
I bought a guitar once.
Ooh.
In a pawn shop because I had $250 of per diem money, and
Where were you?
I was in Detroit.
There you go. That's why.
I bought a Xbox 360 in Shreveport, Louisiana.
Okay. You could have bought a house. You could have bought a senator.
Mm-hmm.
So you
that's
both
it,
fucked
yeah.
up.
True.
Yeah, you both
I was
fucked
too
up.
young.
No, Dan, you could have bought a house. Think about what it would have been worth now.
I know. It was 1996 or 7. It was during. It was a big help.
I'm saying
It was a big help.
It was a big help.
They gave me
You
per
could have
diem
donated it.
and I could have donated the guitar, but I was like, "Fuck it, I'm keeping this shit."
you could have autographed it and donated it. That would have been even nicer. And Jeremy,
No excuse.
you
I mean,
still could have bought a politician.
yeah, I still can.
You could have bought Steve Scalise back then,
have.
and he's now like the Republican number 3
Ohio.
or number 2 of Louisiana.
Oh, right.
Steve Scalise.
You're sticking to Louisiana.
That's where you got the Xbox.
That's where I got.
You numbnuts.
Not only did I get the Xbox, I got an Xbox 3. Whatever the first one was. The I guess.
Xbox?
Uno.
Yeah, I guess just Xbox.
Xbox, I think.
And then I played it in the hotel for a couple of days, and I'm like,
I'm gonna return this.
Not going to cut it because the 360 was out and everybody. So I took that back, and with more per diem from the next week, and bought an Xbox 360.
So what did you
Oh my
eat in this
God.
meantime? You're
That's
just taking
a very good question.
You're just taking food home from set each day.
No, kind of. We ate on set twice a day, and then Waffle House was right behind the hotel, so we do that.
So
Who needs per diem when you get cheap Waffle House?
So you tried to return the Xbox back to the pawn shop, and they were like, "Sir, this is smothered, covered, and smashed.
Why is this all
smashed
greasy?
yeah, this is smothered, covered, smashed, upside
Capped.
down, capped, and fried. So we're not going to be able to give you back."
Speaking of capped, I mean, going back to the uncircumcised penises.
Oh God.
Wow.
I mean,
That's how you go.
you said
go
it was
back.
a German war helmet. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, but that's like
You can't tell me that capped.
that's
doesn't
an
sound like
analogy that's been around for a long time.
Yeah, but I believed capped. I
Oh, I'm
believe
sure.
capped was just something that they served at Waffle House.
Yeah, but I bet people have been joking about penises and capped for much longer.
Then they have been joking about Waffle House. I agree.
Yeah, and his.
I just don't know why.
We don't have the
I don't know why you had
metrics.
to bring it back there. Is where I'm at.
Because we always start these podcasts the most disgusting way possible.
Jeremy Balin, the answer to a callback nobody asked for.
Except me. Oh, gents, it is.
You had a stoop sale.
Oh yeah.
Tell us about your stoop
last
sale.
Was it successful?
Did you bring anything? Did you bring anything to the stoop sale? Because he sent out an email being like, anybody needs
That must
to
have gone
sell anything.
That must have gone to bulk.
Yes, to sell anything.
That must have gone to bulk because I didn't
Ouch.
see that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, he's in Greenpoint. What are you going to do? I sent it to the close people who they had a trunk full of shit.
I guess he must have had a geo-fencing up on his emails.
Did you sell one of my cabinets?
Yeah, they're gone, both of them, $10 a piece. Marla's like, that shit has to go soon, and I'm like, I know. I'm going to tell Danny.
I'm tired.
Anybody needs a base cabinet or two, you know? Like
I'm tired of having
just one. Just one is for sale. One is for sale.
Oh, it's for sale
local.
now. Great.
Yeah, I told you to sell it at that one.
You never did.
Yeah, I did.
Anyway, what'd you sell?
A lot of man boob stuff.
Love the content.
He got rid of.
Did you
He
sell?
got rid of all of our fun stuff.
Did you sell the viral video camera?
No, but I sold the wizard costume. Some drunken 22-year-old was ecstatic.
What time were you selling? All day or all night?
Sunday we went from 9 to 5, like
8 hours.
traditional-
Did you pay a seventh day?
We didn't pay overtime. No. But yeah, it was good, man. Lots of people, and Tom and Sandra came over and hawked some stuff as well, and sold a whole bunch of man boob goodies.
Did you sell the man boobs dildo?
No, it's still in the closet. Don't you worry about that.
What about the blow up doll?
No, well, we don't have it,
guys. Let's save this for the Man Boobs podcast.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. I'm just curious.
We never.
You know.
Brett Davis has stole our blow up doll years ago and has never returned it.
Maybe you could get him on a rental fee and see if he doesn't get you back on a storage fee.
Well, we're gonna bring him in for another Spirits Are High, possibly, and he's gonna have to answer to that question.
Okay.
Yeah.
I love him as Santa Claus.
Yeah.
But I like him even better as Father Christmas.
I'd have to see them both.
Does
side
he have
by
an
side.
English accent when he does it?
We'll find out.
But yeah, it was good. Lots of foot traffic.
That's hard not to. You live on a corner.
Yeah. Well, that's not true because we're a block away from like the main drag, so it's 2 blocks actually. So we
We
typically
call 6th Avenue residential.
Yeah, this
Okay.
is
We'll have to bleep that out.
this is very
We'll have to bleep that
referential.
out.
Why? Because it's not his address. His address isn't technically on 6th Avenue, so.
Let's just move on from
All
this.
people have to do, now is just go to every stoop sale on 6th Avenue and they'll be able to.
in
Sure.
every state and every city, every single one.
What city will take you now?
That's right. Oh boy, gotta love it. Gents, we're going out on the road soon. I just wanted to pitch this early in the podcast. All right, so we're doing a string of show dates with Laurie Beth Denver and Danny, and then we're doing the Pete and Pete edition in December. Check out nostalgiapersonified.com for those dates. I'm sorry to pitch it so early, but I think if you haven't heard about these shows, you should get your tickets.
If
and,
you think
come check
Jeremy
it out.
pitched it too early, let him know at 347-470-8150.
I'm waiting for Mike to one day just call in to our own.
I would say love
Maybe he
love
has.
the voicemail. Love the voice.
How do you know he hasn't? He's an actor. I mean, he can.
Yeah, I did Frankie and Jimmy, and you guys
Oh,
did
that's
Both
you?
of them.
You son of a bitch. Makes sense.
just this right amount of self-deprecating remarks. You never got it. I'm sure it's stems. I'm for sure.
Stems?
Stems.
Oh, you think it's Tunag?
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
I always figured it was him.
Okay.
We might never know. All we can say is keep calling in.
If you're from Ohio,
Makes us laugh.
call in twice. Anywhere else in the world, please call in 3 times.
Yep.
We're looking for our first international call.
That is probably true. Yeah, but
It's probably free as well.
yeah. If you're
If you call internationally, send us the bill and
send you the bill.
send us the bill collectively.
No,
We'll
send-
split it. We'll
send
split
you-
it 3 ways.
Send you the bill.
Send you the bill. We've already decided the majority rules. You're getting the bill.
Oh,
You
wow.
brought it.
Okay.
You brought it
All
up.
right. Well, everybody gets one.
Toll free.
Okay.
Call the toll-free
each
number.
country gets. We pay for one phone call
Yeah.
from each country in the world.
All right, Kuala Lumpur, you're on the line with Daniel. Go for it. We had a nice, not nice. We had a tragic typhoon hitting Japan. I hope everybody there is safe, and if you have some family there or friends, tell them we hope they're safe.
Check in. Yeah.
We'll
didn't-
probably have more concrete, declarations of support later. There's an earthquake hit the Philippines
And California, I believe today, but just like
It's
a
a light
baby
one.
Yeah.
3.7 in
That
comp.
one was
baby
more of a tickle.
Yeah.
But of course, by the time this gets to air,
Who knows?
we're really we support all earthquake victims.
Trump Tower has suddenly become taken over by vines. For some reason, it's just been taken over by vines, and everybody's evacuated, and it's just
So you
sucking
mean
itself
everybody's
back into
making
the
7
earth.
second videos inside the building?
It's taken over by vines. that are geolocated.
You should get out, Dan.
Are you trying to say that Jack and the Beanstalk are growing around a big tower?
I was just trying to say that we were creating the news, and I was trying to say something
Wow.
that I would
He's,
like to see, which is
Like
He's
Jonathan,
War of the Worlds in it right now.
like
Good job.
Jonathan Pryce's Raymond Carver character from the terrible Bond film Tomorrow Never Dies. The World Is Not Enough. I can't remember.
It's been a while.
Yeah.
Oh, I never. Did you watch all the James Bond films?
When I was a little kid, I watched a bunch of them, but I'm not really when I
My
was an
parents
adult.
liked them, but
I don't think that you could possibly make every single James Bond story into a movie, but it's a great challenge.
it's a try. Yeah, they've made to this day. They still try to make money off that name, and boy, do they!
They do.
Yeah,
They're making money.
there's going to be a new
There's a new Bond, right?
Bond. Yeah,
Well, yeah, I was a fan of Daniel Craig. It's just that they had great action sequences. They just didn't give him much to do. He was like Jason Statham with hair. You know, there wasn't much distinguishing him.
He's
No,
fun. He's fun for action shots, but that's it.
No, I mean I'm a big fan of both actors actually, and Daniel Craig, Liverpool fan.
wow.
Want to get him to play Stephen Gerrard in a screenplay.
biopic?
A screenplay that I wrote. Yes, it's a biopic. That I have
Are you
not
are you writing
that
one
I have
right now?
not written. No, I have.
I think you should.
Get
I
some
have a
keynotes
story.
down.
I do.
Bullet points.
I do have some bullet points.
Yeah, I mean,
But I feel like I'm living on the edge right now.
You know, as
put
somebody
that song in there.
who was part of a sports movie that was like the Bad News Bears on skates, I would think that you could do something really good if you need help with the story of, hey, they were scrappy, crappy Liverpool team.
He's just
that
trying to
then
get you to
somehow
remake
got
D2
big.
for him.
Gosh.
And put him in it.
You know,
How different would your life have been if it was Keanu in Mighty Ducks instead of Emilio Estevez?
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I don't know.
And then Emilio did the one much
you
later
want to know
on.
something very weird? Stephen Herrick, who directed the first Mighty Ducks, also directed Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey, not Excellent Adventure.
Tell me the last name again. Stephen
Herrick.
Herrick. That makes sense.
Yeah, I think so. It's been a long time.
Cool.
We run into each other
First
at these
fact check.
reunions once in a while.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, where you get to bank your per diem.
No. They just flew us out. The NHL was nice and flew us out.
You got
gave us hotels.
Oh
but
yeah,
we
you
did
got
not
paid.
we
You
did
got
not
paid
get
an
camp
impression.
comped.
I forgot. You got paid an impression. I can't get paid in
They
fucking
gave us food.
impressions.
They
bro.
gave us food. They made sure we were at least.
Accommodated.
How many
Yes.
IPAs?
Oh, there were some beers for sure.
What do you think about making our own beer?
We make our own beer.
I mean, sell our own beer. Maybe not make it from scratch, but I think we should. do it.
Find a brewery that would let us have our own line of beer.
If you think this is a terrible idea, let us know at 347-470-8150. We have already,
Mike and I
of
can
course,
agree on
given
one
you-
type of beer.
given you the gift of the Danny and Mike East Kolsch from the
Kolsch,
Newburgh Brewing
right.
Company that we released
Ooh.
last year.
Mm-hmm.
Still got a couple there. Yeah, I still have 2 left.
I still have two unopened ones, 4 unopened ones, and I'm going to give 2 to Sean and Keith, like I said. So still 2
Nice.
left.
Yeah, I still have
Interesting.
2 as well.
Well, I guess when we drink them, we'll have to.
You drank
pour
them
a little
all.
out.
You did.
No, I
man.
have 2 left.
You have 2 left
Yeah,
as well.
yeah.
Man, we should just do it. We should do a Danny and Mike
Save it
power
for
hour.
holiday. Yeah,
Holiday
that's
power
what.
hour.
That's what.
I think we should shotgun them.
No, let's do that for holiday.
No, I
They're
think
tall
a power
boys.
hour, a power
No,
hour
they're
you
tall
let
boys.
it last.
I think we
You let it last for a whole hour. You
Not gonna be
shotgun
good.
it, it's gone.
Yeah, it's not going to be good for a whole hour. It's like us.
What do you mean?
We do it every year, though. Oh,
I would think that we could have our own beer for sure.
yeah. Can it up. Throw some labels on that shit.
Mhm. Let's just talk to Newberg. They've done it once for
that's
us
true.
already.
That's true.
I remember having a good time. Where did we finish our tour? Bold City.
Yes.
I was just watching that video of us going around in the shrink wrapping machine.
Oh, did we ever post that?
I don't know.
I don't know if we ever did.
Probably.
I didn't.
We
don't
should
have it.
we should for Patreon members, we'll upload a video of Mike getting shrink wrapped.
And then Danny and Jeremy joining in the fun. And
That's true.
Yeah.
I really wish they had turned the turntable speed up because it would have been fun.
They were
Just see us all
afraid. They
flying.
were afraid.
They didn't want to get sued.
They were really
and-
afraid that you were going to go flying.
Who? I was in the center. You two would have gone flying. I was the core. I was at the center of gravity.
You had more shrink wrap on it. You were staying put.
Yeah, okay.
That stuff's got traction.
Yeah.
With my boss today, he's such a details guy. I love him. We rewrapped some banded that had come unbanded.
What is banded?
Banded is like some conductors that will carry up to 200 amps of.
Is it like a pigtail?
It's the
Wow, guys.
It's the girth of the cable.
It's the girth of the cable. It's the pigtail
Oh, okay.
and the banded.
It's
And when the banded comes unbanded, your pigtails do not look good.
sometimes people
They're
separate.
uneven.
Sometimes people separate the banded because they want to just run it across the street, and it's bad for cars to run over it together as a bundle because they could cut against each other.
Okay.
So this,
Especially if you have,
this one had been.
chains on your tire.
This is Donner Pass type snowstorm territory.
Ironically, you can put the banded on your tires and use them as chains if you need to.
Eventually exposing the copper. But the boss
You gotta ride
taped
on them a
that
little
stuff
bit.
together today.
Ooh.
Yeah, we found some stray unbanded banded and rebanded it.
Does that constitute busy work?
No, you got to do it. It's like
That's maintenance.
Well, no, exactly. If you don't, it makes your job harder.
Right.
It's like if you got Japanese artisans to build your house in the traditional way,
Yeah.
like half the workday would be spent maintaining their tools and
Okay.
cleaning them and sharpness and stuff like that. So it wouldn't get built as quickly as you want it to.
Right.
I don't know.
Is that true?
Yeah,
That's not true. Look at
it's
your face.
true.
Yeah.
Fact
All
check
right.
it.
First fact check.
Hey man,
Fact check it.
I got a guy over here just came over from the States. He can do this twice as fast, and I'm not paying him to sharpen his knives and make sure his drill bits are good.
He might be using inferior materials and different type of joinery. You know what I mean? Like these guys might be doing hand cut dovetails. The whole.
I mean,
thing.
I would say, can't you do the maintenance on your own time, pal? That's what I would say.
No, we're getting paid to maintain the equipment that the company rents.
No, I'm saying for you. I'm talking about the Japanese architect,
artisan.
I just learned nothing came up with that web search, but I did learn that every 20 to 30 years they just tear down houses and start over in Japan.
I didn't know that.
What?
It says an unusual feature of Japanese housing is that houses are presumed to have a limited lifespan and are generally torn down and rebuilt after a few decades.
What is this going to do to the mortgage?
Say that to Bethlehem, Pennsylvania, with the most excellent 1900 colonials hanging around.
With all the ghosts. That's probably why they do it, to get all this.
Oh, they got
Spirits out.
to evict
Cleanse that
the
shit.
ghosts. You got to get a a spiritual
medium.
spiritual city marshal.
Yeah.
To put
Yeah. You need a
put
permit
the
for
sticker
that.
on their door.
Sir, this house has been up for 25 years, and we think there's about 3 to 4 ghosts in here. Got to go.
Yeah, it's
Gotta let 'em
useful.
go.
Its useful life is reduced to certain phantasms, and you're not going to make it.
Again, that's another cultural difference, because isn't like part of the whole ghost in the house poltergeist scenario is that people like redo an old home and the ghosts are pissed that they redid stuff and they stir up old bad juju.
Oh man, I think that would be
I don't understand that. That's
$1 billion idea.
Okay, what?
Poltergeist meets a Flip This House show. That's $1 billion idea. You get more and more pissed at this renovator each time until something really terrible happens to them.
One of my friends posted a picture on Instagram yesterday that was just like a house for sale sign.
Yeah.
It was the house and it said house for sale, and then where it would say like,
realtors.
whatever, like in lease, now leasing, and blah blah. It just said not haunted.
Yeah.
And she just wrote, I don't believe it. If you have to say it's
That's
not
what
haunted,
sells houses right
it's
there.
probably haunted.
Yeah. Yeah. I've been.
My not haunted T-shirt is raising a lot more questions that should be answered by my shirt.
Marla loves the ghost shows, and they just did one of Lynchburg. I think we talked about that on one of these. Ghost.
Ohio?
Yeah. There was
Really?
actually, the house that my friend grew up in, I would go there and listen to like Wu-Tang with him, and we'd be up in his. That's the house that they just had on this TV show. Anyway, did I talk about that on an episode of the
I don't
cast?
know.
Is it Ghost of Killer Bees? What are you getting at?
It's no, but apparently whoever lives there now.
Old
thinks
dirty
it's haunted.
bastard haunts that house.
There's a Ghost of Face Killer?
Oh,
Ghost.
You have to get out too.
Yeah, that was
Wow.
bad. No, but we watch a ton of these shows, and there's one I don't remember.
Why?
It's entertainment. I think it's just like anything else. Watching sports, watching anything else. It's funny. I mean, the show that we watch the most. I can't remember the name of it. I'll look it up. But
Ghost Hunters.
They have two separate.
Ghost Adventurers.
You're getting close.
Ghost
Explorers.
And then you watch Ghost. Literal the movie Ghost.
Ghost
Just
Property.
cut in.
Ghost Property Brothers. I think that's going to be the name.
That's
of
the
my show.
next big thing.
Ghost Property Hunters.
You should shoot that sketch. That's great.
Brothers.
But anyway, they have two separate parties. One is like a medium psychic type deal, and then the other is an investigator.
Large psychic.
And they don't talk.
They don't talk to each
supposedly,
other?
they don't talk to each other between the two investigations, and then they come together in the episode, and then typically
They have a Venn diagram of the things they both said, and then the things that were way off on either side.
typically this lady nails it, and she's like every time she'll guess exactly, and he'll find the historical figure that he thinks that ghost is, and she says, "Well, I see this old grumpy man spitting out."
You got Andrew Jackson.
And yeah, exactly. But it's very entertaining, and I wish I could remember the name of it right offhand. But it does definitely have ghosts in the name.
When I was out in Nevada, excuse me.
You're good.
We stayed at this hotel. Did we talk about that?
Yeah.
The Mitzvah?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Hey, man, I
I
got
think,
dad brain hardcore right now, so I don't know what's going on.
I think the Martin Van Buren Marshmallow episode is definitely an effort to evoke that same brand of humor.
Interesting.
A presidential ghost, like old froofy white guy,
Right.
but in a new
Van Buren mutton chops.
But exactly mutton chop, but in a new milieu, fish out of water. You know what I mean? In this case,
How many
Old.
Simpsons?
Yeah, it's like
Treehouse of
weird. In
Horrors?
Lynchburg, Ohio, Andrew Jackson's house is
That would
No.
be U.S. Grant,
no.
right?
Oh, Grant?
Ulysses?
No, Taft.
Taft. I'm a bad Ohioan. Anyway, there's no ghost in the title. It's called The Dead Files.
Oh.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you should check it out. I'm just
No,
saying.
there's one called Ghost Adventures or Ghost Hunters or something. And
Ghost
they have those-
Adventures.
They have those weird
Called Ghost.
They have all these like stupid things that are like, look,
Yeah.
here's a this thing that we have that will let the dead talk to us and send phrases into the box that says
It's a
like,
speak and spell.
Oh,
Get out.
You mean a spirit box?
Get
yeah, I got
out.
one.
scary,
You're weird.
you're hell. Like they're just like they just throw like 10 or 12 like words that would scare you and they pop up.
The thing I don't understand is they do have these things that they call spirit boxes, which is sort of like that, and it just makes a bunch of staticky noise, and then all
Right,
of a
because
sudden
they
you'll
say
hear
through the white noise.
or like
Yeah, right.
you'll just hear random words.
JoJo.
But what is that scanning? It has to be scanning like a radio signal, right? That's that,
You know, who knows?
and it's just catching
we'll
some
never,
random.
we'll
like,
never know.
Microwaves.
could be no, but that's. I'm just saying, like, I would think that would be a random.
Shortwave radio.
Yeah, exactly, or CB or FM or AM or XM.
You got to be some kind of loser to walk around with a box that says things like
Easy.
"Get out,
Easy.
get out."
I have 6 ghost apps.
Well, that's what I mean. I'm pointing to Jeremy as a loser.
So the first one, Ghost Detect, Ghost Detector, Spirit Box.
We used Ghost Detector.
M2.
We used Ghost
Yeah,
Detector
we used one of
yeah,
these
in the
on
second
our-
in the second episode of the Adventures
That's-
of Danny and
that's
Mike.
right.
Weird New Jersey.
Yep, with the legendary Chris Gethard, which I still believe that we brought something back with us, which has since gone, luckily. But I would bank on that.
It left handprints on the
You know, you can blame all sorts of things for whatever you want to blame things on, Jeremy.
That's
You know what I
that
mean?
wasn't what
You
kind
could
of
say that,
sentence is
I'm just saying. If
Garth,
we
that
could
was
just
a
say
haiku.
we could have just had some bad months, but we decided to pin it on some fictional ghost.
That's true.
Jeremy, what is it? 85 degrees in here. 86.
86, dude. Take that.
86.
Getting hot in here, bro.
Yeah, I
Let's take it
gotta
off.
cover those pipes up.
Take it off. I almost wore that shirt today. Very close to wearing it.
I figured you might.
For the non-Patreon watcher, he's wearing a Monster shirt. Monster, what is it? Cranes? Lifts?
They're
Monster?
cranes.
Yeah.
And it's got a great state emblem of New
Remotes.
Jersey on the
That's
back.
what it is,
It's a
Monster
remote.
remotes.
That's right.
I met the guy at Edmund's wedding, actually. Shout out to whatever, I can't remember his name is, but
Oh, Mr. Monster?
yeah, the guy, I guess one of the guys that owns the place or something. He was in when I was up at Edmund's wedding. He had a Monster shirt on. I was like, oh, or something. I was like, an elementary shirt.
He was working the wedding?
No, he was just drinking beer at a local tavern. And he had one of those shirts on. And
It'd be weird if that's what he was wearing to the wedding.
That would be cool.
Black
Oh,
T-shirt.
yeah.
I think it'd be cool. I think it'd be cool if he was working the wedding too, and Edwin just needed to have a crane shot
Yeah,
for the
just
wedding.
one big crane shot. That makes sense. Or
Give him 2 hours before.
give him a time and a half, after 8.
Takes
Double
a
time
while.
after 10.
This place that we've been working out in, out Long Island, has like a lot of weddings, which is where I got that picture of the Wine Mom font.
Oh yeah,
For you.
I love that. That was a wonderful tweet.
Is definitely not. No shortage of weddings this weekend coming. The preceding and coming up as well.
This is high time, man.
Yeah, they needed
It's
us
the high
out.
season.
They needed us out of there quickly. So we did. So we
you did.
skedaddled. Yeah, we worked hard and we skedaddled out of there.
You did the week, and then they do the weekend.
Some Dutch door action.
Get some hitching.
Do you have to go back? Do you have to go back there?
Oh, we're on hiatus for a couple weeks now,
Okay.
so I can fix my car and
What's wrong with the Prius?
rebuild my life. You remember I rear-ended a young lady in East Orange,
Oh, right.
so I gotta do some body work on myself.
But the battery's okay.
The battery did not explode. I think it's in the back or something.
No, that's what I thought. That's what I'm asking you.
No, he rear-ended somebody. Do you know how cars work?
No. I thought he was rear-ended.
Got it.
This is a great episode, guys.
When I'm done doing that, I'll try and do the Halloween costume real quick.
Can you give any
Gerard?
hints?
No, Gerard wants to go back to last year's costume, which is a construction worker. Got something else in mind.
Okay.
And still working on
So
it.
you're gonna force your idea onto G because
I don't know how many episodes of the A Team you've seen, but sometimes BA doesn't want to fly, and they still end up flying every single time. So you just fill in what you need to from there. You just fill in the blanks from there.
You never cease to amaze me.
Knuckles
Your
gripped on the
A-team.
seat of the helicopter.
Son, let me tell you about a little something I learned from the A Team. But first, drink your milk, and we'll talk. I had a milk experience.
What does that mean?
I had a milk experience. My fridge is too cold and the milk froze.
Oh.
So I thought last time this happened, the thing exploded inside my fridge.
Oh.
Like last winter.
You
The
must
thing
had
exploded
Pretty
inside.
full jug of milk for that to explode, I would think.
Yeah,
Really expand that much?
This time I got lucky because it was also a full thing of milk, but only part of it froze. But part of it froze enough to like nudge the
Plastic or paper?
nudge the cap off the top. So it was just like a little leaky, and then I had to thaw the milk. The milk had like ice in it, so the milk froze. I don't know how many other people this happens to. If you think this happened, if this has happened to you, let us know at 347-470-8150 and enter special code milk freeze.
I've done that with seltzer. Like, hey, I'm gonna chill down a seltzer real quick, and then it turns into a hard as a rock with the lid popped open. I've done that with beers, definitely beers. No
Slug
milk.
beers. You ever frozen a slug beer?
No, I want to do a slug beer shirt. I think that's that. I think we should do that. I have notes for the Patreon watcher.
I see it.
There's some notes behind here of potential ideas.
Don't show them all of your secrets, Jeremy.
Eye spike shirt. And then Ohio is our jug handle, which was a Mike Morona classic line.
Ohio
from the past.
is our jug handle.
I'm not even sure what that means, but I like it.
Meaning that we always have to go through it.
Or that we like drinking beer there.
I don't drink beer with a jug handle out in Ohio often.
Well, maybe you should. Maybe you're missing out.
Find me a beer can that has a jug handle, and I'll drink it.
How about I'm thinking more of a
$1 billion idea.
yeah.
No.
$1 million idea. Write
That's
it
like
down.
$100 idea at best. What about you and the boy?
There's too many $1 billion ideas. There's too many billionaires, period. So we should maybe dial this back down to multi-million-dollar idea.
No,
we don't want to be part of the $1 billion class.
Well, there's 3 of us, so it's only going to be 333 million tops.
Oh,
each.
okay.
We'd never.
Okay.
Yeah, we'd never
Okay.
hit.
I'd like-
front.
You've sold me.
I'd like to think that if that were to happen
I'd like to put a cap on our earnings.
at 33%,
Yeah.
I'd like to think that would happen that we would be better billionaires than most, even though we wouldn't be billionaires. Most, just because we've lived life on the outside of that for so long.
If you'd like to join our Patreon tier at the $1
billion level,
it's fine.
It's Patreon
We'll come,
Danny and Mike with the end spelled out.
We'll come to you.
Bill Gates looking at you.
We'll change all the laws around you. We'll give you lots of money back.
This is starting to sound like a Ponzi scheme. You give us a bunch of money.
Oh, right.
We'll give you some of that money back.
Dude, let's buy the Mets.
We should.
Speaking of Ponzi schemes.
Let's buy the Mets. Speaking of Ponzi schemes. I think that's what we should do with our billions. I think that we should buy the Mets.
I would buy the Mets.
Oh, wouldn't that be great?
Would be good. It might not be great, but it would be good.
I think it would be great.
I mean, with that attitude, you can't walk into the ownership of the Mets with that attitude.
I'm not gonna. I would be the ownership of the Mets.
No, you would be the ownership.
We
of the
would
Mets.
be the ownership of the Mets.
I'm not in
You're
this.
not in this?
Well, I mean, I'll do concessions.
You
or
know,
something.
you buy the tribe. We
tribe?
We
What's
could
that
carry around.
He's a red. Is Reds.
Cincinnati Reds.
We could carry around clickers like garage door openers, and
That's a Pete and Pete. That came from Pete and Pete.
I'm saying we could carry around garage door opener.
Around riding my bike, just pressing all of the buttons.
But we could carry ones around that made the home run apple go up whenever we wanted to.
That's sweet.
If we were Mets ownership,
I like that.
we could
just have it.
I could
we
be like
just have
a webcam.
camera.
Webcam.
Yeah.
Hey, check this out. Hey, check this out. Watch this.
Does an apple raise in the stadium when nobody's looking?
Does it make a sound?
Who was that? We were at a party once where there was a guy who had a thing on his app where he could change the colors of the Empire State Building.
I remember that.
Who the fuck was that?
Is that true?
It's too elite. I can't tell you.
I know. It really is. Like
You're not allowed.
there's,
You're not allowed to know. It was your boy Edmund.
It was at Edmonds, wasn't it? So,
Edmund.
check this out.
I just hacked into
changed.
Or he is the keeper of the LEDs. Is what you're saying?
I don't know. All I know is that you got to be some kind of socialite to have an app that can change the Empire State Building colors. And why the hell wasn't I talking to that person more that night at that party?
Because you own the Mets, dude. You're never gonna. You got to live that down first.
Ugh.
So let's pay off. Let's pay off Bobby Bonilla. I think that's the first thing we would do is buy out his contract.
Or just
It's kind of crazy that like they just let that go.
I think
forever.
I think it's crazy that there's both a National Cupcake Day and a National Chocolate Cupcake Day, which is what today is.
That doesn't make any sense.
But
you have to.
that's
It's
what I mean.
Cupcake Day is Cupcake Day.
Right.
You can't be specific with it. You're gonna be.
But there's
This
also
is
a
Cookie
Bobby-
Day. This is Oreo Cookie
There's
Day.
also a
This is
Bobby
Vanilla Wafer Day. Like,
Bonilla
fuck that.
Day every year when he gets paid. It's like May 1st or whatever.
Right.
There's always a Bobby Bonilla Day, and I think we could knock that one right off the calendar if we bought him out. Pay him off.
Why don't you give him a job, man? He used to be a good hitter. Give him a hitting coach job or something. Say we'll even this out somehow.
Why would you want to get a job when you're getting
That's
paid
true.
$1
That's
million
true.
every
Valid.
year to do absolutely fucking nothing?
That's valid. How much of that do you think he gets?
$1 million.
No, he doesn't get all that.
Yeah.
He after taxes, I bet taxes take what 300,000 of that.
Why not?
Still
Tax
a lot of money.
in conclusion, tax the rich more and tax Bobby Bonilla extra, and tax the Wilpons more.
I wonder.
more than
I do
anyone.
wonder though. What if he gets? You get like a
Audited.
lottery tax.
Oh,
You know,
yeah, lump
like
sum.
winnings.
Oh yeah.
That just there's not like you worked for it. This is a winning, so the government takes more. So I bet he gets.
I don't think so because it's deferred salary.
Just capital gains, guys.
Okay. I was going to bring up a minute ago. Are you doing a costume or a Halloween outing this
I don't
year
know.
with the little child?
My aunt got a lion costume that I have to go to Long Island to pick up.
Oh no!
I also have a Superman onesie with a Velcro cape. I'm
Ooh.
not sure I'm into that either.
I mean,
You could pick up a lot of stuff with that Velcro cape.
I think so. Yeah. I don't know. There's
Yeah.
a fun thing going on at the Brooklyn Botanic Garden on Sunday that he could be paraded around in his Halloween costume in addition to beer and cider tasting and
Ooh.
kombucha tasting.
Is that this coming or?
It's this Sunday.
Oh man,
Yep.
let's do it.
So for the people who are listening,
Let's do it,
It'll
Dan.
already be after you You'll have already heard this, and it'll be way
It was
done.
a good time.
It was a great time.
Turns out it was a lot of fun.
Got drunk on kombucha.
Let's go. We'll ride bikes
You can't ride bikes in the Botanic Garden.
to get there. I meant.
Oh,
They have a bike rack out front, I'm sure.
I'm sure they do.
Yeah.
Yes.
I can picture it, actually.
You can?
I want to go. I was telling Marla I want to go to the museum, the Brooklyn. I haven't been there in a long time.
What does this lion costume look like?
It's what you would think a lion costume would look like. It's a big, fluffy onesie, zip up with
The
a
hood.
tail and a hood and a mane.
Adele just sewed G a costume. It looks like Garfield.
Ah.
Put a zipper in it. She put a zipper in it. I think the head is separate. I hope they're not also together like a true onesie.
Yeah, my son's not going to get any of that.
What's the over under on him?
Kate and I
shitting
are
in his
not
costume?
going to. The over under of him shitting in the costume?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think it's high. I think
no, he's been pretty good. Blowouts
Really?
have been pretty lax.
Plus
although
you
it
could-
did happen today, and I
Plus,
had
you
to
could put vents.
I had to clean out his.
it's true.
We got this Zen sleep sack.
You had
know
to
what
muck.
that is?
You had to muck out his stables.
He's
I offered you a Zen sleep shack for him.
no, you didn't.
I said I'd hook up the.
My sleep sack.
No, I'd hook up. I was going to tie the hammock to these pipes, which I sold at the yard sale.
No,
Yeah, he didn't want his son to die of hyperthermia
you
when you
can't be doing
overheat.
that.
You can be
Yeah.
doing that 100%. Like if you put it right from here to
No.
here, it's a huge hammock.
Ain't happening.
He wouldn't roll around.
Nope.
I'm just
You don't know. You don't know.
No, I do.
He's flipping over, bro.
Not in that thing. He wouldn't.
Okay.
MCs act like they don't know.
A Zen sleep sack is like a
Like that
this
you
is-
won't let me hang your baby from
No,
the pipes.
I won't let you hang my baby from the pipes. No. It's got a little like weight on the chest, so it's like somebody's always holding his chest to like keep him calm to like go to sleep, and it makes him like roll over on his side and like kick his feet up.
Was this messing up the sleep thing?
No, it's supposed to help for sleep, and it has been helping, but I don't think anything's helping sleep regression that's
He
happening
does.
right now.
He does the.
He cannot
the
sleep
Zen
more than a
kick.
half hour before he like wakes up, and he's getting like overtired. And then when you're overtired, you can't fall asleep because he's jacked up, and it's just like this vicious cycle that's happening.
Milk drunk.
No, Milk Drunk won't do it. Oh, Milk Drunk will do something about it, but then like if you pick him up to put him in the bassinet,
Hair trigger, babe. Hair trigger.
Bye, bye now.
Jeremy,
So
why'd
that's
you get
been
a
fun.
cat?
Like I'm allergic, horribly allergic.
Why'd you get a dog?
I have a dog.
What do you mean?
Her name's
You have a
Muppet.
partial.
She's
dog.
on her Halloween shirt.
You have like a dog share.
Yeah, it's a dog share.
You have a
But
dog
look-
share, but I'm saying now that you and Marla live here, you should get a dog.
We're
not
thinking about it.
to say that Danny doesn't deserve all of this sleepless nights to himself. You should have to get up and
Yeah, right?
and help a
Oh,
dog
man.
shit at 5 in
And
the
that's
morning.
exactly what Muppet did twice last week.
gosh.
4 a.m. was barking at the door while I'm in
Yep.
there sleeping.
Yep.
Why? Because other dogs were out shitting, so she felt she
And she
needed
just had to go
Yeah,
out,
someone
I
was
guess.
probably fucking around at his door.
Maybe she has sleep regression.
I heard there's a stoop sale with a sweet base cabinet.
Can't wait. I'm gonna be first in line to get it.
I'm stocking this one out. I'm gonna be here.
We booked a Danny and Mike Nostalgia Personified in my old college stomping grounds.
Yeah.
On the 11th of December, we're going to be at the Iron Horse, which is like one of the most classic.
Northampton, Massachusetts.
Yeah.
If you're into cider donuts and syrup and all that stuff.
Legal-
Oh man,
legal weed,
We
yeah.
will definitely be hanging there. But when I was booking the show, I screwed up the date, and I sent an email, and he was like, "Are you sure that's the right date?" And I wrote back, "I'm sorry, I'm having dad brain, and my son's not sleeping, and I'm not doing too good." And he goes, "I got a 15-year-old dog who paces constantly at night. I think I can relate." And I just wrote back,
Cases.
like, he
Yeah.
just like doesn't go to sleep.
He's about to have puppies.
Uh-huh.
So I just wrote back. I was like, "Yeah, man, sleep problems. Probably has some, bathroom issues, and constantly you have to reassure the dog and the baby that you still love them and you're going to be right back, even if you're just going into another room."
If only you could bring your son to the vet.
I mean, I bring my son to the doctor, which is a vet for
Humans.
humans.
Yeah, that's not working. I don't. I don't know where to go with that, to be completely honest.
You don't. That's
What
why
do
I'm
you mean?
saying you
I'm
should
just
get
trying
a
to
dog.
say that I
You
was
should get
trying
a dog so you can be more
I was
sleep deprived.
commiserating by saying,
No.
hey, your 15-year-old dog is the same as my 4-month-old baby.
Yeah, and that's somewhat correct. Yeah, absolutely.
But if I walked into the room and saw my wife breastfeeding the other one, it would be weird.
That would be
That'd be
weird.
weird.
It'd be weird.
Be very weird.
That would. That's a family meeting.
I'm going to go out and just say it, okay? Because you went there. We were somewhere, and
I heard it.
Alfred, he didn't do a good job.
I had to say this out loud after I read it.
Oh, did you?
Go ahead. I had to read the sentence. I had to read the sentence out loud after I read it online.
What do you mean?
Go ahead.
No. The sentence. Oh, that's different. That's different. But yes,
What are we
on
talking
Twitter, I posted something that Kate said to Alfred while he was breastfeeding, which was, "No, that is not pizza cheese. That's my nipple, baby."
Okay.
I wrote.
And
I wrote a song.
But a couple weeks before, he didn't do a good job deflating the boobs of milk,
Draining.
draining them.
Can't believe you're going to talk about this.
I don't care. What
I
does it
think
matter?
we have a.
What does it
lactation,
matter? What
we
does
have
it
a
matter?
lactation talk like every
That's true.
episode now.
Do we?
Yeah.
I mean, it's usually dudes, but yeah, keep going.
I mean, all I'm saying is that it was in a pinch, and I had to drain it with my mouth. So I
Jeremy.
used
Can't wait till that.
Jeremy.
I
if you
used
wanna-
I used the left boob the way that Alfred would, but I drained it,
Jeremy.
and then I washed it afterwards to make sure that we weren't.
Well, that's a good man.
If you want to hit delete on the
no, I don't care.
on the episode now,
It happens.
and I'll just talk
happens.
to Dan like
Hey,
it's
man.
totally natural.
yeah.
It's not. I mean, look,
You
it
guys-
was the
yeah,
only
we
time
are-
I've ever tasted breast milk, and it was sweet.
Oh God.
Wow.
Sorry,
Is
I
that?
had to do it.
Do you think that's something? Did you have to do it?
I had
I
to.
don't think
I
it-
had to
I
do
don't
it.
think you had
I had
to.
to do
Do
it
you have a
because she
breast
didn't
pump?
have a breast pump.
And what you were on a you were on a carpet? What
What's that?
you had to? You had
I had
drink-
to. Look, my wife had mastitis, man. So I got to worry about things not being drained properly.
You were
So it was in a pinch,
medically
and she said,
it was
"I
medically
really
indicated.
need you to do this. Can you do this for me?" And I said,
That
"Yes."
changes everything because
I didn't do it. I didn't just say, "Hey, let me do it."
Hey, let me. Get some-
I was asked. What are you getting?
I mean, it makes sense. That I thought you
Jeremy,
were just
are
like.
you drawing a diagram?
No, I'm.
You want me to
writing
show
some
you?
notes
I'm like
down.
sweating
No,
profusely now
I know, 'cause
because
you're
I'm
nervous.
like nervous to say that out loud. Yeah,
TMZ.
I drank.
I'll sell you
I
the
drank
scoop.
booby milk from the source.
Jesus God.
That's-
You didn't. You weren't able to do that.
No, we all for obvious reasons.
Right.
I don't-
No, but also when I was born, I did. So I have.
Yes, we all have. In theory,
Not
most of
necessarily.
us
No,
have.
there are some people. The person next to us when Kate gave birth, we had to share a room.
Was a cyborg.
And that woman, they said, "Are you breastfeeding?" She's like, "Nope, take the baby away. You can just formula right from day one."
Oh
Just
yeah,
like,
that.
some
Yeah,
people are just
definitely.
like, no booby milk.
Right. I don't want to hear one more thing about me FaceTiming my girlfriend while on the toilet because that is
No.
another category.
No, it's not.
No,
Not
it's-
at all.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
Not at all. Why? Because there have always been baby daddies and boobs and milk. There has not always been FaceTime. all right,
poop.
it's disgusting.
Together.
It's
Yeah,
not though.
it is.
I don't know.
It is.
It is.
It's
If you have an opinion on
I
that,
really like that you
Give us
brought
a call.
that back.
347-470.
I'm happy that you brought that back because it just feels like the weight has been lifted off of my
it's
shoulders.
not.
It's not a weight. That's a turd.
Oh no.
Jeremy, maybe you could put a little poll online to see who thinks
Which is
worse.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I get that
you
one's
will
like
come out on
maternal.
the
and
short end of that.
that
Look,
you don't want her to
it's
have
One's
sick
maternal
illness again.
and one's fecal. And
One's
one's got
maternal,
nothing-
one's
and
fecal,
one's got nothing to
and
do.
one's technological, and one is just OG,
Natural.
simple machine style.
Oh God! Stop saying things.
Yeah.
What?
Both of you.
Simple
stop.
machine style because
Both of
I'm
you stop
because I'm
saying
using
things.
I'm
Did you
using
did you
primal
do this?
instinct.
Did you go?
No, I didn't.
Because
I
that's what a
didn't.
breast pump sounds like.
No, I didn't know.
How do
Our
you know
breast
what
pump's very
How
quiet.
do you know what a breast pump
I
sounds
have,
like?
Tons of nieces and nephews. I've heard that shit before.
Then they must have some backwoods ass fucking Southern
Actually,
Ohio
our-
breast pumps.
our
If they
truck-
make that kind of
I think
noise.
they're powered by bellows or the Ohio River, depending upon where they're closer.
Good
if you
old
put enough
water
Grippos
power.
into the. Okay, sorry.
It's a good brand.
It's a very good brand.
It's a brand
Yeah.
we don't hate.
It's a brand we don't
Along
hate.
with Polar Seltzer, another brand we don't.
It's one of
hate.
my favorite types of apple, the Grippos,
the Crips.
the Cincinnati Blues,
nope.
the Ruddy Taft.
I still like beef apples.
Ruddy Taft's. A Ruddy Taft's apple sounds disgusting.
It's, when you bite into it, the flesh is still completely red. That's why it's called a Ruddy Taft. Also, it's a 300-pound apple. That's why it's also Ruddy Taft.
Well, gents, I don't know if we can top the discussions today.
I can.
Oh.
I certainly can.
Okay.
You know where we have both worked at the stage, Silver Cup East.
Sure.
And you know how there's a kind of a vegetable warehousing concern just across the street.
Yes, disgusting.
A what?
Do you know where I'm going?
No, but go ahead.
Yeah,
A vegetable warehouse? What?
warehousing concern where they sort of like they bring in lots of food
Produce.
in boxes and then they
But specifically,
they
like,
break it up and then they send it other places and just they hold a lot of food.
Okay.
A lot of food shows up there in boxes. You know, the produce boxes that are
Right.
identical.
Yeah. Mhm.
it's like a distribution for.
So the other day I stopped off over there to go get an ID card that I had left, and I found this dumpster waist high with Bok-Choy, and I'm not going to say I jumped in to test how high waist high was. So let's just say it was shoulder high with Bok-Choy, a little bit off the ground,
Okay.
just full, and then right next to it
Don't do it.
was a dumpster with all these gourds, and then just like one of the pumpkins that looks like it's a super droopy gourd. It's like the gray green monster gross. And I was like, man, I'm gonna take this upstate and sell it for $35.
But you did not.
I didn't.
I thought
got my
you
ID
did.
I was
card.
waiting. I was waiting for you to be like, I
You were
saw.
going in that dumpster.
I saw that it was, waist high bok choy.
I microwaved
and I
it.
looked a little bit. It looked a little suspect, but I grabbed some, made a stir fry at home, and then I shat profusely for 3 days.
No,
Because usually, if vegetables are in the dumpster, maybe there was a serious problem, or maybe people just don't eat enough bok choy around here.
Dumpster diving is okay. If you want to dumpster dive this dumpster, it's right over the Greenpoint Avenue Bridge.
Call us
In
at
Queens.
347-470-8150, and
thought
we will
for
give
sure.
you the address.
Yeah,
That's where
if
you
you
were going.
didn't get any kind of diseases from this dumpster, let us know. 347-470-8150.
I'm all about 50.
You were a dumpster diver.
I used to be a dumpster diver. Yeah,
I dumpster dove for porn in 6th grade, 7th grade behind Krausers.
That's different.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I got
it
porn,
was
too, from a
different.
dumpster,
It
but
was
in a
different.
bag.
Think about that. They're like, oh, it's a new month. We got new magazines. Here's something we didn't sell. Let's throw them in the dumpster and hope the 12-year-old pubescent kids.
You just open up that side door that's just perfectly sized for you, and you're like,
Yeah.
oh, Yahtzee.
Yahtzee.
I definitely went in the dumpster at the public school across the street from us. But that was just because the handball got knocked in there. You know, when you were throwing
Oh,
it, so
yeah.
it bounced in there, and it always had that side, and it was just sometimes.
We did the Frito-Lay factory. We did Trader Joe's. In bagel shops. They just put out huge bags of bagels in the night. If you're poor
Yeah.
and young and in college, man, that's good eating.
I threw out a lot of bagels in my time as a bagel boy employee.
Yeah. But boy, you served a bunch too.
I did.
Yeah.
I did.
Saw character.
Yeah.
I would take a whole garbage bag full of bagels up on a Sunday if I was going back up to college. Just so all of our friends, we could all just eat good bagels for
Just
a
get
couple
stoned
days.
and everybody eats bagels.
Yeah, really.
Everybody.
Yep.
Yeah, CBD cream cheese.
Yeah, there you go.
And a garbage
No,
bag
those
of
bagels were full of weed because we used to do gravity bong hits in the kettle back there.
I'm worried about you.
The kettle or the walk-in?
No, we'd smoke weed in the walk-in box for sure, but the kettle that
Where they
you
boil
the
the
bagels,
bagels.
Yeah.
not when we were using it
Right.
as such, but we would take
One would
those those big Gatorade bottles. That's what we do. We just cut the bottom, make our little bowl, fill it up, Sorry, Rob Goldberg.
Wow.
Yeah, true story.
Busted.
Never heard of that before.
Statute of limitations is up on that, guys.
Yeah, you blew up your other guy's spot, the drunk driving guy spot. You totally snitched on him too. Who
Wait, drunk
else?
driving spot?
The like 4 episodes back.
Who was drunk driving?
You let the cat out of the bag
You were 14.
Oh, right. I
See?
forgot I told that.
See how
story.
easy,
2 for 2.
how
Look,
easy that was?
I can't remember, man. I'm sorry, guys.
Dad brain.
Dad brain is real. I didn't really think this would ever happen. I've smoked enough weed in my life, and I remember everything. So I thought I'd be good.
Good for you.
Just take 4 months of not getting the best sleep that I've ever gotten, and I can't remember what I did yesterday.
Sure you can.
I don't know what I did
You
yesterday.
dumpster dive
No, I
for
didn't.
bagels.
No.
What do you think, gents? Should we wrap this up and get out
Yeah,
of here?
we're part of the Last Podcast Network.
Oh, we
If
are part of
anybody,
the Last
wants
Podcast
to know.
Network. Check them out, lastpodcastnetwork.com.
.com.
Or check out any of their other amazing shows on the network.
We got merchandise you can go to shop.dannyandmike.
New Halloween shirt. If you
Check out
order
our
this
new
week, you will
Halloween
still get it in
sweatshirts.
time for Halloween. Yeah, Mike's wearing it right now.
Yeah,
or
you will.
holding it
I
up.
would be if it weren't 87 degrees in here. I would definitely.
It's 88 now.
God damn.
Yeah, you're the only two that ever complained about that.
Summer
I just
in
want
the
you to
city.
know
What's that?
that it's hot in here.
We're gingers.
Why? Because
I don't
that
know
makes
why.
no sense to me.
We're more
But
sensitive
nobody ever,
to
like-
temperature changes.
I mean, they'll say it's warm, but it's
But they
not
don't.
like
They're not. They're professional. You're saying they
Yeah,
don't
that's
talk
what I'm
about it
saying.
on air. You fucking bastard.
no, I think that it's just more like somebody who just walks by the Gowanus Canal once, as opposed to somebody
Right.
who rides their bike past it every single fucking day.
Yeah. All right. Check us out on Patreon. Patreon.com/Danny Mike with the and spelled out. Also, as I pitched before in the show, shop.dannymike.com will have all this great new Halloween gear that you can get. If you order this week, you can still get it for Halloween and show your Danny and Mike pride.
Love.
And go to nostalgiapersonified.com and buy tickets for our shows.
Big time. Big time.
Lot of fun stuff
lots
coming
of,
up.
Lots of shows.
We'll see you there.
And you can find this guy at Michael C. Morona on the Twitter. Danny's at D. Tamborelli on the Twitter and at Danny Tamborelli on the Instagram.
You got it.
And I'm at Remy Balin on most things. At Jeremy Balin on the Instagram. Thank you all so much for tuning in.
I'll try to remember what I say next time, guys. I'm sorry.
God, I'm sweaty.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.
The Adventures of Danny and Mike stars Danny Tamborelli and Michael C. Morona. The show is produced by me, Jeremy Balin. This podcast is part of the Last Podcast Network, which can be found at lastpodcastnetwork.com. Make sure to check that out for a ton of great shows. For more information on the guys, visit our website at dannyandmike.com. Also look us up on Twitter at Danny and Mike with the N spelled out, and on Facebook at facebook.com/The Adventures of Danny and Mike. Thanks for listening.
This show is made possible by listeners like you. Thanks to our ad sponsors, you can support our shows by supporting them. For more shows like the one you just listened to, go to lastpodcastnetwork.com.